Thank you, Ben. And welcome everybody to Green Monday on creative disruption. It's a big and bold subject. It's great to see a full house tonight. Who said August is a dead month? But we know that because it is August, we've got to have a lot in store for you tonight, and I hope you will find we have. We're going to be looking at how you draw up a corporate strategy during times of paradigm shifts. And we're going to do something a little unusual. We're going to make a comparison between the arrival of the internet and the emerging era of resource scarcity. And we hope in a little way that this is an important night for you and that you will get something valuable to take back to your organization. So what is this paradigm shift that we keep banging on about? I'm not going to dwell on it long because this is the subject of our Green Monday in October, so in a couple of months' time. But we're very clear that the key driver here is resource scarcity and not policy. And there are a lot of things pointing towards resource scarcity being the single biggest economic challenge for the next decade, and with the impacts being felt sooner rather than later. The business pages are full of references to resource price inflation, but you need to understand the relationship between business and the environment in order to join up the dots. And the truth is, very few can join up the dots. Very few can predict how far this will go. One of the few is Jeremy Grantham. And the important thing about Jeremy Grantham, we've talked about him quite a lot, but the important thing is that he is not an environmentalist. He's an exceptional systems thinker and an exceptional markets thinker. Think James Lovelock meets Alan Greenspan. He's the founder of GMO, a US-based fund, which is he's built out to be one of the biggest funds in the US with $150 billion under management. He has a big army of followers in the investment community. And his big investment focus at the moment is what he calls the great paradigm shift around resource scarcity. And he's been publishing some articles which are a fantastic read. The first one came out in April, which was his newsletter. The second one came out last week, and we put one copy on everyone's desks here. And then the third one's going to be coming out in a couple of weeks' time. And if you want to know what we think about it, you can kind of read Grantham. He's the research team we could never afford. So what are we going to hear tonight? We have a panel of experts here who I'm keen to move you on to. We're going to hear how one of the biggest companies in the world has identified the changing paradigm and is making hay. We're going to hear about a startup with a technology that could majorly disrupt the car industry as energy prices continue to rise. We will hear from an expert on the dot-com revolution. He'll tell us how corporate success often turned on their understanding of the digital media revolution. And we will get the wisdom of a man who one newspaper called a true green business guru. That was the Evening Standard, not the News of the World, I'm pleased to say. So I'm going to now just introduce our first speaker for this evening, who is Simon Waldman. Simon is Group Director for Love Film, but he's also the author of a book called Creative Disruption. And you'll never guess where we got our title for tonight from. Simon's going to talk about the challenges of identifying change when you are very close to it. How you manage a declining part of your business whilst at the same time building a new and different part of your business. And anyone wanting to know how the great paradigm shift will feel for the corporate community will enjoy his book. You can swap the words digital media for the environment, and it reads extremely well. Simon, would you like to come over here and talk to us?